Jean Charles, okay, was named after my, I guess his great grandfather was named Jean Charles Naquin, and my name is Albert Naquin. So the bayou is also named after him. The community is named after him, and like I tell everybody else, okay, well, probably we descended of some pirates, okay, because my grandpa Jean Charles used to use this little bayou here to bring supplies to Naquin. And like Al said yesterday, we had some treasures supposed to be buried in these areas, but ain't nobody found them. We dug while we were kids to try to locate it, because they had a little place right there where the marina's at across the by this side. There was a place called the Treasury, and there was a big hole there. And supposedly, if you find the treasure, you got to sacrifice one of the crew too. You take the treasure, but you gotta leave a body. So, ain't nobody ever found one. But anyway, the reason why I want to come over here is because of I guess the history of the store is basically gone, all gone. We just Al's got a place for it, which is his grandpa, was the chief at that time, has just a shed there. But anyway, the store, as we call it, well, I call it our community center, because it was part of the church. It was a school, it was a dance hall, it was a bar room, a store, and a community meeting area. So, and this was it in this neighborhood here. Actually, there was some trees here. I mean, there was trees all over actually, but there was two big trees in front of the store. The reason for the school, I guess, in the church is because we didn't have a road at the time. We didn't get a road hit till 1954. Yeah, so prior to that, if we wanted, well, basically it was all Catholic, so a priest would come and say Mass once a month, and there was a teacher that was brought in, live in the community to teach school. And finally, they built the school in Pontchartrain, so we took what you call that, a school boat to get on and ride to Pontchartrain to go to school. And that was right there, probably 52 or 3. Because I think I rode on that boat for 2 years. So anyway, then they finished the road, so we had a school bus that come pick us up, bring us in. But I guess the sad story about it, I mean, we lost all that. That's history, is gone, and it seemed like the whole community itself eventually is going to be history also. Because like I said, we had trees on either side, we had cattle, we had everybody basically had a garden, we had chickens, and basically live off the land. And I guess a lot of you studied the Big Depression. Well, during the Depression year, the people on the island didn't even feel a thing. They didn't know there was a depression going because we lived on the land. I mean, they lived on seafood, they had their garden, they had their cattle. So, I mean, there was no suffering. Money we didn't have any. So, and all the money you needed was for basically flour, salt, and stuff like that. But nothing much as far as spending money. And now, as you can see where we used to trap at, I say we because I did a little bit, okay? I wasn't much of a trapper, I wasn't much of a fisherman, I wasn't much of, probably if I had to go live off the land, I'd probably crow. But anyway, where we used to trap, now we ride it down with boats and all that to fish, and on either side. Because right here we could probably walk all the way to where the little River Canal passes there, with the little bridge there with the people fishing at. But anyway, we used to be able to walk all the way to there. If you had a board or something, you could probably just walk across because it wasn't wide, just like this one here. People that live on that side had little bridges, one plank. At that time, back in the 40s, whoever come visit to do stories, especially the newspaper, called that walking the plank. So, because it was that one little deal, it bounced, you get across. And finally, they went to two boards, and now they've got boards with handrails on. So I mean, we improved also. But all that is history. So I mean, the bridges are gone. Well, they had bigger bridges because they ride their cars over now. So some of them do anyway. So yeah, we kind of moved up in the world, but then Mother Nature decided that that wasn't a place. So I guess she's going to take it away from them. And the reason why we're here, I guess, is because of the Removal Act of 1830. The Indian has to follow the Trail of Tears and go to Oklahoma. And I guess our folks, being fishermen and farmers, decided that they didn't want to go to Oklahoma, so they come and hide over here. And now Mother Nature says, no, you gotta go back the other way. So eventually we're going to wind up well, we didn't want to go anyway. So out of there for Oklahoma would have been a good deal. You know, for the couple of 100 years we've been here, I think we've been doing all right. So
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. How much water you had here the last hurricane that came?
That blue house there had 3.5 feet of water in it. The first one there.
Okay.
So but hopefully, you know, actually, if that amount of water there, you got to consider if the levees, this levee here, they didn't run over and they one on this side, but at the middle, probably halfway down towards the marina, there's a low spot there where the water came in and filled in our bathtub, and all these houses right here flooded. So.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad actually. We only had like five. Well, those that are on the ground flooded.
Yeah.
Other than that, we flooded out pretty well. Yeah. So we had like 5 homes that flooded total. So not too bad. But you know, now they're planning on fixing it before the hurricane season on both sides to make sure that if we just have some minimal hurricanes that we can withstand without flooding. I mean, people got to get out.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean the road is too low, so they got to get out. They're the first people that has to move out of here. Probably in the state, I would say, but you know, nevertheless, we had to get out as soon as we see the water coming in and the roads are going to flood. They got to get out because then they might be stuck here and put some safety people in jeopardy. So that's my sad story. You know that but actually I moved out of here when I came out of the service. Well, I got married, then I had a brand new little boy and had to travel in and out of here through the salt water on the road, so I mean, you know, I couldn't afford a car every 2 years, so I decided, well, let's just pack up and go. Because I mean, the hurricane of '74, Carmen, I believe it was, put 11 inches of water in my house. So we had brand new stuff in there. So moving out to me was a good thing because since then I haven't lost any appliance or furniture due to hurricanes. So it was good.
Let me ask you this: when you were dating your wife, you had to load up the pirogue or what?
Actually, no. Actually, it was pretty good. You know, I'm glad you said that. I'm kind of proud of what I did. I met her in a muscle car. I had a '68 GTO, and I just went and bought it. 2013 Camaro. See, no license plate on it yet. So we said we're gonna get out this world in style again.